more on small businesses and how they're navigating that loan program. I want to bring in John Hope Bryant, friend of the show, from Operation Hope. He's the founder, chairman, and CEO. John, thank you for joining us this morning. I hope you're staying safe and healthy out there. Tell us, this is your world. This is your world. So tell us what's happening, what you're hearing on the ground.
Well, first of all, I think I'm on the wrong show, Andrew. Did I just hear you and Joe agree on something?
You know, stranger things have happened. Where it's a complicated time right now.
We're in a new world.
We switched.
Yeah. We're all
I think we switched positions again.
We are the world here in a minute. Yes. Look, this is a reset, and it's unfortunately showing how fragile our economy is. A lot of the things we've been talking about forever on this show are now coming to fruition. In many ways, our work has been mainstream because 80% of Americans are going to need the financial coaching that Operation Hope provides. On minority small businesses, unfortunately, the joke has always been the sad joke. When mainstream America has a headache, black and brown folks have pneumonia, but we're all sick. And now, unfortunately, this with COVID is not a joke at all. You're talking about most businesses are saying that they can last about 3 months. For a black-owned business, you cut that in half. Some good news, about 64% of all these loans that have come from SBA have gone to businesses with $150,000 loan amount or less. So that's telling me that a lot of small businesses are getting this capital. But the mass confusion, which unfortunately is probably predictable, is really causing a lot of people to not get capital. That was, I think, preventable, and we can still lessen the pain of that because there's no coordination on the ground with community groups, the Operation Hopes, the Urban Leagues, the Church of God in Christ, the network, the distribution network in these communities could have gotten that word out quickly and helped to coach these communities, these small businesses up to meet the SBA and the market where it is. But, you know, it's an imperfect world.
One of the things I also wanted to ask you about, and we had this report earlier that we talked about, is the devastation that this health crisis may have on the African American community, and disproportionately so, and how that may relate to the socioeconomic issues that the African American community has been challenged by for so long. And just to get your thoughts, you've talked so much on our broadcast about inequality and the implications of that, but how you think this changes policy as a result?
Yeah, I think that we just might have a rainbow after this storm. I think that there's certain things that we won't have to argue about anymore. Was wealth inequality bad? Was income inequality bad? Did anybody do anything about it? It was bad and no one did anything about it. Was political division horrible? Was racial divisions growing? Did anybody do anything about it? No. The environmental issues, the issues of my communities really not being sort of given the respect they deserve in the economy, because who's working out here right now? It's the hourly worker who look like me, pushing those boxes, delivering those boxes, preparing that food, doing all that support work that is they're really second or third level responders that's keeping all of us comfortable in our homes, and they really got the credit that they deserve. On the other side of this, we won't have to argue about whether healthcare is important. And it won't be socialism, Joe, it'll be usism. We need it-ism. We want to argue about where we're all in this thing together. We now understand how fragile this economy is. We now understand that 40% of America works an hourly job. We now understand that half of America works for a small business, and 20% of those small businesses have 20 employees or less. And they can't survive 45 days without a customer or some support. There is no Harvard for small business, but we're completely dependent, as we're seeing, on small business for us to survive and thrive. So, yes, on the other side of this, in fact, the administration has already reached out to me about one of my big ideas. I call it a new Marshall Plan, some of which we talked about in this show: internships for all, apprenticeships for all, as much education as you can shove down your throat, expanding and broadening for the free enterprise system, the lift all boats. In many ways, a recap of the Freedmen's Bank, the bank that was chartered to teach free slaves about money that under Lincoln that unfortunately failed when Lincoln was assassinated. We need to reset all of this, not out of some giveaway program. That's not what I'm talking about. This is a hand up for America, because we're all connected. Whether Joe likes or not, he's my honorary brother. We're all tied.